This is Sylvia Saber with OpTv Global headlines. Starting with the top international stories for the day. US President Joe Biden said he thinks his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin will move in on Ukraine but does not want full-blown war. He warned that the Russian leader would pay a serious and dear price for testing the West. US President Joe Biden has suggested that 2022 midterm elections could be illegitimate if his plan to overhaul the US voting system is not passed. In a White House news conference, he argued voting integrity hinged on his bid. United States President Joe Biden nominates Muslim woman to be federal judge and historic first. After Senate's approval, Nusrat Jahan will be the first Bangladeshi American to serve on federal bench. Afghan acting Prime Minister Mohammad Hassan Akhund has called on Muslim nations to be the first to officially recognize their government. He calls to address the country's massive economic woes and hopes it will enable them to develop quickly. Turkey is set to run charity train to Afghanistan as hunger worsens. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said the train carrying 700 tons of food, clothing, and health and emergency goods will be sent soon. Russia maintained a tough posture amid the tensions over its troop buildup near Ukraine. However, Deputy Foreign Minister has reaffirmed that Moscow has no intentions of invading Ukraine as the West fears. Israeli police have evicted a Palestinian family and demolished their house in the East Jerusalem neighborhood of Sheikh Jarrah. The case had drawn international attention, with the European Union and UK warning that evictions in occupied territory were illegal under international law. Up next, we have the national updates. Chinese Ambassador Nong Rong has called on Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa in Rawalpindi. He expressed satisfaction over the progress and timely completion of the Pak-China Economic Corridor project. Prime Minister Imran Khan has announced that the inflation is a temporary phenomena that will start coming down in a few days. The Premier added that the government has decided to take strict action against all those responsible for creating hurdles for any enterprise in the export, agriculture industry or service industry sectors. The Punjab government identified gross negligence, lack of coordination and risk assessment as the reasons leading to the deaths of stranded tourists in Murree on Jan 8th. Rawalpindi Division Commissioner with entire chain of command are suspended for failing to prevent the tragedy. The federal government has decided to change the existing laws of the criminal justice system. Graduation has been made mandatory for sub-inspectors and SHOs across the country, while failure to register an FIR may result in application to the SP. Intelligence agencies have arrested a key operative of banned Daesh during an operation in Karachi. The law enforcement agencies also recovered bomb-making material from Abdul Ghani's possession. The Sindh government has banned indoor gatherings, weddings and dining in Karachi and Hyderabad to tackle the COVID-19 fifth wave. The new restrictions will come into effect from January 24th and will continue till February 15th. The fire that erupted at cargo ship carrying wheat from Russia is extinguished at the Karachi port. The offloading of the wheat started from the ship soon after the fire was brought under control.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise, marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back. Because Black lives matter. Because we need to incarcerate less and educate more. Deserves justice.
Up next, we have the health updates. Omicron variant of COVID-19 has started receding in the United States. Still, cases remain far higher than during any previous surge, and COVID hospitalizations are at a peak. A 7-day average of new daily cases peaked at around 890,000. At least 1.27 million people died in 2019 due to drug-resistant bacterial infections that HIV or malaria. These new data reveal the true scale of antimicrobial resistance worldwide and a clear signal to act now to combat the threat. Up next, we have the updates on science and technology. You no longer need to email yourself, as Google is integrating the self-share feature. It will allow users to share files with their other devices nearby. The monster iceberg A68 is dumping more than 1.5 billion tons of fresh water into the ocean every single day. Scientists said all the iron, other minerals, and organic matter subsequently dropped into the ocean and will cede biological production. Up next, we have the sports updates. Lahore Qalandars and Peshawar Zalmi have made a replacement to their Pakistan Super League 7 squads. Qalandars have signed up fast bowler Matthew Potts as a partial replacement for batter Harry Brook. Zalmi have brought in left-arm orthodox Arish Ali Khan for pacer Mohammad Amir Khan. One of India's most celebrated sports stars, Sania Mirza, has announced her retirement from tennis after 2022. Mirza's comments came after her first-round loss in the women's doubles in the Australian Open. English cricket club Yorkshire has appointed former West Indies all-rounder Otis Gibson as their new head coach. He replaces Andrew Gale, who left the county club in the fallout from a damaging racism scandal. Up next, we have the entertainment updates. Encanto's We Don't Talk About Bruno becomes Disney's highest charting songtrack in 26 years. The soundtrack surpassed Frozen's Oscar-winning single Let It Go. Bollywood actor Govinda confessed that he kept his 36-year-old marriage to Sunita Ahuja a secret for a year. The star admitted he took the step so he does not become unpopular among fans. A 92-year-old Malawian music legend becomes a social media star. Giddy's Chilamanda's song Linny Who garnering over 80 million views on the video sharing platform. His song also spawning mashups and remixes from South Africa to the Philippines. Ferrari World Abu Dhabi and Warner Brothers World Abu Dhabi have succeeded in breaking 2 Guinness World Record titles. They break the world record of most contributions to a color by numbers and most contributions to a greetings card. Up next, we have the business updates. The federal budget of Pakistan deficit in the first half of current fiscal year shot up to Rs 1.8 trillion. The gap between federal income and expenditures widens to 29% in July till December 2021 due to uptick in current expenditure. The annual rate of inflation in Britain has risen to a near 30-year high in December 2021. Inflation accelerated to 5.4% in the 12 months through December. The cost of living in Britain is forecast to increase even higher in April.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise, marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back, because Black lives matter, because we need to incarcerate less and educate more. Deserves justice.